Today in Grow a Garden in Roblox, we have part 2 of the fairy event, and we may have found a very probably broken, probably going to be patched method to acquire fairies really easily and really quickly. If this sounds interesting to you, go ahead and hit the red subscribe button. Become part of the first 300k OGs on the channel, and let's get into the video. So there's a lot going on with this event, including a whole new world, I sound like Aladdin there, as well as a whole bunch of vendors, but we're after enchanted chests because we're after the amazing Phoenix pet. And to acquire that, you need to catch fairies. To do that, you need nets. So we're going to go through the process, and then I'm going to show you what might be the most broken method in the game, depending. We were talking about it in the Dawn Discord server, and this might help you a ton. Step 1, craft fairy nets, as many as you can. I'm already at 240. I don't think that's going to be enough. Always be crafting fairy nets to start this game. How do you craft them? They're located here at this crafting station in the middle of the map. You want to craft them before the top of the hour. Craft as many as you can. They take sun bulbs, strawberries, and harvest tools, and a small amount of fairy points. So while you're doing this, put in your strawberry seed. Remember that, strawberry seed. Put in your harvest tool. Put in the sun bulb. The sun bulb is the most common plant you get from the most recent seed pack, and start crafting. This is very important. You're going to need a lot of nets. A lot. So while you're doing this, you're going to need a lot of ingredients for this. So hit your recall right here, head over to the gear shop and buy up harvest tools every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes, buy harvest tools, all of them. You're going to run out quickly. And then go to your seed shop. Every 5 minutes, buy strawberry seeds, all of them. You're going to run out. I'm about to run out. Every 5 minutes, grab your tools. Every 5 minutes, grab your strawberry seeds. And then head back to the garden and craft more nets. Why? Because all of the shops that let you buy things, including enchanted chests, require hundreds of fairies to unlock. How are we going to get those hundreds of fairies? That's what we're about to get to. I have a little bit of time left to continually craft as many of these as I can. Again, if you want to know where the sun bulbs are, go into your packs. I know lots of you have enchanted seed packs. Open up your enchanted seed packs, and you'll notice the most common ingredient in there, or uncommon, is that sun bulb. You need those, not seeds. You need plants. So in your garden, plant some sun bulbs like this, loot them. You can go back over here and get more of these nets. You're going to need countless nets. It is absurd. Because not only do you need the fairies to unlock things, I also believe they're a currency for buying things. So you need so many of them. Now, twice an hour, you'll see, twice an hour, a fairy ring appears in the world randomly. You go into it to enter the whole new world, and in there are 3 vendors that let you buy things with, I don't know the currency. It might be fairy points. We'll get to that. But you need the fairies to unlock what they have. I'll show you when we get there at the top of the hour, which is for me, 11 minutes away. Now, there's a couple of things you can do while you're in that world. You can parkour around and grab the glowing pink orbs, much like the Beanstalk event. But one thing I noticed is while the event does trigger every 30 minutes, I do not believe the pink orbs reset until every hour. Because the second time I went into that world, I didn't see all the pink orbs come back that I had farmed previously. So it seems like you get 2 chances to farm all the pink orbs in the parkour, but they reset every hour. But we're not going to be entering the world right away. No, there's someone gave me a tip on the Dawn Discord server about how to farm the fairies very quickly. And once I get to that point, I'm going to show you that tip. And I usually title my video as like, do this before it's patched. I think this might genuinely get patched if it is indeed what I think it is. And if it is indeed what it might be. Because I genuinely don't think the game was meant to work this way. Now, if you want to speed this up, the Pachycephalosaurus can get you bonus crafts. So right now I'm at 320 nets. You could be at 600 nets right now if you had a Pachycephalosaurus. Something to keep in mind. Oh, hold on. Gotta go quickly grab my strawberry seeds. I'm down to 13. I need these like crazy. And then I'm actually gonna pick my recall wrench down on my hot bar. I'm gonna recall, go grab more harvest tools. 3, that's 15. Nice. Pachycephalosaurus on these crafts will give you bonus back. Also, the first step to farming enchanted chests in this game is to always have this crafting table going. Every 30 minutes, you have this crafting table going. That's going to help you get bonus chests throughout the day. Though there is a pet that will help you greatly if you're farming enchanted pets or enchanted chests, and that is the hamster pet. multiple hamster pets will make this go quicker. That's interesting. All right, my first enchanted chest from the crafting to verify it is a sun bulb. Super easy. That is a fruit, not the seed. Enchanted seed pack, enchanted egg, and fairy points. And that is pretty much the only thing I would want to craft here. So I'll have this always going crafting chest. That's a nice little bonus side thing you can do. So fairly quickly, I'm already on 420 nets. And now, with only a few minutes left, I have a theory that we discussed in the Dawn Discord server. I'm going to see if it works. Because if it works, you can AFK farm fairies. And that's kind of broken. I'm sitting on 500 nets. Pretty good to start. So 30 seconds till the event. What the Dawn Discord server was talking about is so long as you have plants in your garden that need glimmering, it's kind of important. If nothing in your garden needs glimmering, this isn't going to work. Fairies always leave this tree from the same spot, go to your garden to plant glimmering, and then come back to the tree in the same spot. You see what's about to happen here. They say that if I have the fairy net, I can either use an auto-clicking program if I want to be AFK, or I can just do it by hand, but I can literally click the fairy as he leaves and capture him over and over for forever, endlessly. So where did the fairy, okay, there's a fairy leaving. Where does the fairy come back? I want to try and find a good spot to try and click it. Now, if I wanted to time it nicely, you can let it apply glimmering and then let it, come back. Oh, I got it. I got it. I caught that one too. You can just sit here. Watch. I'm gonna say it like this. And I caught it. Oh no. Oh no. You could AFK overnight, sit here with thousands of nets, and just catch every fairy that comes out. You could do this. You can go to sleep with an auto clicker clicking every, twice a second? 3 times a second? And catch fairies. Watch. There it is again. As you can see, I've captured 108 fairies. Now I need to go into the fairy world to show you how to spend them to get as many chests as you want, which now begs the question. Since you get a lot of these fairy nets quickly, there may be other things you want to craft to extend this to farm even more fairies. For example, Fairy Power Extender extends the duration of the next fairy wave. To craft that, you need to craft some fairy collars. In fact, I might craft a fairy collars right now so I can make my extenders. Fairy jar, I have 108 of them, thank you. Godly Sprinkler, I have more than enough of those, thank you. Go ahead and craft that. And then, if you take your fairy extender circle, you can use that to craft the fairy staff, which allows you to make an additional fairy wave. So if the 100 or so fairies you require from this method is not enough for you, you can craft the staff to get bonus waves on top of your regular waves every hour. Now, we have to wait approximately 9 minutes, though for you it's only a few seconds, to find the fairy world that spawns here. And then once we're in the fairy world, I can show you where to farm even more fairies, which is nice, but how to get the chests like crazy. Done crafting fairy collars. Next, I'm going to craft fairy extender, which is a 10-minute cooldown. And then from there, I might craft the fairy summoner to get bonus waves, which would be so cool. I wonder how much it extends by. Maybe there's something in the wiki on that. Here it is on the wiki. I still have 5 minutes until the ring spawns, and it says extends the duration of the next fairy wave by 5 minutes. That's not insignificant. So for me, I'm maxed out at 20 minutes of a fairy wave. This could be 25 minutes. That could be another 50, 60 fairies. That's kind of interesting. And then with the fairy summoning staff, you can summon another fairy wave with another fairy extender. Yeah, you could have some really long, you could have a lot. You could do basically 2 fairy summons an hour. You get the one at the top of the hour, and then when that's done, you can just activate a staff and get another one while you're crafting a staff. You could be getting 20, 25. You could get 50 minutes, an hour of continuous fairies that you just click on the tree. 50 minutes. That's insane. We have 5 seconds before the ring spawns. We're going to go into the new world. I'm going to show you how to spend. There it is. Boom. Let's go, go, go. You only have a little bit of time. It's only open for 10 minutes. This is the fairy world. It's beautiful. There's lots of things to do here. But let me start by showing you the chests. Fairies captured 110. This guy unlocks the things you want to buy. Let's go to, what are you selling? Talk to this guy. What are you selling? Boom. I have unlocked all the way down to Luminous Wand, Enchanted Chest, and look, you have a restock option. So I will restock. There we go. Enchanted Chest costs 25,000 of these. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you're farming your glimmering stuff because as you can see, you can restock for shekels, but buying the chest costs fairy points. Those of you who have farmed up millions of fairy points, congratulations. That is how you farm it there. I don't think that's the only location. Let's go over here and talk to this little guy. He sells pets. And now that I've talked to him, with 100 fairies, I've unlocked the enchanted egg, which I'm going to guess is also going to cost fairy points whenever it comes in stock. 20,000 fairy points for the enchanted egg, and all the other pets are located here. 1,000 fairies to unlock, 2,000 fairies to unlock. There's a lot of things. Over there is cosmetics, talking to that blue orb, and over there is seeds, talking to that orb. But here in this world, you can also capture fairies. They're everywhere. So on top of the other fairy methods, every 30 minutes, you can come in here and grab more fairies. And there's fairies up top, over top. Now, this thing also has a parkour. You see that pink orb over there? Let me just zoom in for you. See that pink orb right there? That gives you rewards just like the Beanstalk event. And it might be able to give you chests as well. So that is another method of acquiring chests, but it's not the method. The method is farming up your fairy points, farming up your fairies to get to at least 100 fairies. Once you've unlocked 100 fairies, you can come to this guy and reset his shop over and over and over to buy the chests. And that is currently the best way to buy chests in this game. Hopefully this video was useful to you. Hopefully it was valuable. If it was, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Become part of the first 300k OGs on the channel. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching.